Well, this is the day the Lord has made, and let us rejoice and be exceedingly glad in it on this wonderful Wednesday, Hump Day. Hump Day, Hump Day. I guess they call it Hump Day because it's midweek, and if we made it this far, God is going to take us to the other side. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in the room. Is there a word from the Lord? Come on in. I got a feeling everything is going to be all right. Just be a little patient because God is not through with us yet. Because when he get through with me, Job said in the 23rd chapter, he said, I look to my left and I look to my right. If anybody had a moment when they said, God, where are you? As a matter of fact, Job was a perfect and upright man in the presence of God, and he assured the very appearance of evil. But he still has some challenges. He still has some things going on, but he got through it. All you have to do is turn the page to the 42nd chapter and see that he got more than before. After all of his wealth and riches and children and had been just destroyed and died, he still trusts in God. Remember the song, I will trust in the Lord, I will trust in the Lord. Hello, my sister-in-law. Shout out to you, hugs and kisses from your brother-in-law. Love you to life, girl. I'm going to get started because I don't plan to be on here long. I just want to give you a little snippet of part one of the subject I'm going to talk about. You know, we're going through so much. And this year have really been challenging for a lot, for thousands, for millions of people. And the pandemic that's raging through the whole United States. Whoever thought we would be here at this brink of life, going through all these challenges and all these changes. I think we took too much for granted. And God said, I have one way I can get your attention. Hello, my daughter, Tremaine. Okay, all right. We're going to get through this. Yeah. So let me just try to give us some words of encouragement to take us through. It's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. Trust me. Believe me. He's not through with us yet. He's not through with us yet. Hello, Alapac. Hello, Alapac. Give all my love and hugs to the family. Miss you all. Miss you all. As we get ready to go off into the Old Testament in the book of Numbers, that 13th chapter, you know, I'm going to have to hook my organ up and start playing for myself because sometimes when I get tuned up, you know, it makes a preacher preach. When you could push a preacher, you got a great musician, and I'm telling you, you can push a preacher to preach. I did it for years with our founder, Dr. Doris Evelyn Davis. May God rest her soul. And so I might need either get Curtis over here I got to have a little da-da-da behind when I get tuned up. Anyway, I'm going to the book of Numbers, 13th chapter, 1 through 3. And this is just part one of what God has given me to help encourage us. David said, I encourage myself. I encourage myself every day. Anybody else encourage themselves when you're having some struggles, when you're having some rough and tough times? It's okay to have a moment. It's okay to take and encourage yourself and say, you know what? You can make it. We encourage other folks, but sometimes we forget about ourselves. You know, they exert all the energy out of you, all the efforts out of you, and they be going back doing SOS, the same old stuff. And anyway, let me get off into the lesson that I want to unpack on tonight. I'm not going to be on long. In the book of Numbers, Old Testament 13, and I'm going to start at that first verse, and then I'm going to skip down because it's so long. It's got like about 33 verses off in it. But this is what it said. And the Lord spake unto Moses. The Lord spake unto the leader. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, This is what he said. He said, send thou men that they may search the land of Canaan, the promised land. I'm going to say that again. Send thou men that they may search the land of Canaan, the promised land, which I give unto thee, children of Israel, and of every tribe their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among the leaders among them. So God gave him some specific instructions. Even though they had came out of Egypt, even though they had been released out of bondage, they still had some troubles. They still had some struggles. They had not made it to the promised land yet. So don't give up. Don't quit. It might not come when you want it, but he's an on-time God. And God had given Moses some instructions to take the leaders. He wanted the pastors. He wanted the president. He wanted the aldermen. Thank God we got a new president. The governors, the mayors, all of these our leaders. Because we're in such a mess. We're in such a turmoil. If anybody know their Bible, everything we're going through now has already been done. That third verse said, and Moses, by the commandment of the Lord, sent them from the wilderness to Paran and chose, he said, those men that were head of the children of Israel. Other word, it was every one of the tribes. It was the sons of the tribes. And God told Moses to take the leaders and send them out. It was 12 tribes, so he had 12 leaders. And it looked like to me that Senator, after you've been through some stuff, it don't look like that you would want to get off into any other stuff. But it was a little turmoil off in there. It was a little turmoil going off in there. But this is the promise. It says that my subject is possessing the promise under pressure. Possessing the promise under pressure. Ooh, we under some pressure this year, 2020. And they came into the brook of where they were camped at, and they cut down thence a branch, and they seen the grapes, they seen all of the fruit, the pomegranates, they seen all the figs, they seen how big it was. I thought it was just now that they had all this stuff that just take and inflate and blow the vegetables up, blow all the fruit up. We're seeing apples and oranges that look like watermelons and stuff. Now that's because of how they have taken and they have put stuff off into it to make it grow. It's called quick grow. In case you didn't know, it's called quick grow. And all the preservatives that they're putting off into it. And the figs, all this stuff was grown. All this stuff was grown from nature itself. The 24th verse says, the place was called the brook of Eshcol because of the cluster of grapes which the children of Israel cut down from thence. They wanted to take some back so they could look at what's over on the other side. Anybody trying to reach the other side? Look at what's over on the other side. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. So it took them some time to get back to where they were sent, where their mission and their assignment was. The 26th verse says, and they went and they came to Moses and Aaron and all the conversation of the children of Israel unto the wilderness of Paran and Kadesh, and brought back the word unto them, and unto them they all the congregation, and showed them the fruit, showed them the fat of the land, what was over there on the other side. It's got to be something better than this, you all, my brothers and sisters, on the other side. But we got to hold on. We got to hang in there. So the 27th verse says, and they told him, they said they came unto him, the land whether we seen with our own eyes is surely it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of the land. This is what they're growing over there. They have a plethora. They have a whole lot of this. And it was huge what they had. Here's the argument on the other side. Moses had picked out the leaders amongst the leaders for them to go out and search and to research and to bring back what they had seen. But here's the argument. Here's the pushback. Nevertheless, here go the argument on the other side of you thinking that everybody's in your corner, everybody's going to push you because they've been rolling with you, and you think that they got your back. Here it is. It says, they be strong, the people. Nevertheless, that's the nevertheless means it wiped out everything that they had seen. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell there in the land, and the cities are walled. In other words, they are huge, they are great, and very great. That means that they're big. And you know, the stuff that they was making back then and they was building back then is much greater than it is now. Because if you go into Egypt, if you go into some of these places, you see all the monuments that they have carved out of the mountains, all the monuments that would be made out of some real rock. But God made that rock. And I promise you, you can stand on that rock. Oh, that's another revelation. And he said, this is what they saw. They said, it was very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. We saw babies, kids, for real, for real. I guess Anak's kids must have been bigger than everybody else because it was more off in there than Anak. But for some reason, Anak's kids stuck out. The Amalekites dwelled in the land of the south, and the Hittites, now here it is. I got to go down the line. The Amalekites dwelled in the land on the south. The Hittites dwelled in the land. The Jebusites dwelled in the land. The Amorites dwelled in the land, in the mountains. The Canaanites dwelled by the sea. So they had all the bases covered by the coast of Jordan. They were all well guarded. Every angle and avenue was guarded by somebody. And you know, I didn't get a opportunity to go off into the service. I was on standby. I went and registered, but I was on standby because I was still in school. I was on class 1SH. But if they had called me, I would have had to go. You know, but thank God I didn't have to go to Vietnam back in the day when the war was on. I was still in school, so they just gave me a pass on that. So, but it was well guarded. And I found out, too, if you're on guard and you're in the service, you are not supposed to. And when it's your time to watch, when it's your time to be the security guard at the gate, you are supposed to be there for how many hours they had you on guard, standing there, walking up and down. And if by chance they catch you sleep, you are done. You are done. You have been insubordinate. You have been, and they're going to send you to jail as well, too. But they had these guards there. It was well guarded. And Caleb stilled the people. It's always going to be somebody in there saying, we can do this. The pushback was greater than the ones that were saying that we can do this. Caleb stilled the people before Moses. He said, hold on, guys, hold on. Yes, we did see all these big guys there. Yes, we did see all of the security that they had there. Yes, we did see all of the walls that they had there. Yes, we did see all of the guards that they had there. We seen that with our own eyes. But let us go. How many do you love that have somebody to say that's going to push you and say, you know, we can do this. We can make it. Don't believe what you see, but see what you believe. Caleb stilled the people before Moses. Say, Moses, we can do this. We are well able to overcome it. So no matter what it look like, no matter what it be, we can overcome this. Yes, we can. Somebody say, yes, we can. Here's the pushback. But the majority of the guys, you remember it was 12 of them. It was 12. One leader from each of the tribes that was singled out to take, because these were the strongest men that was singled out to take and go scope the land and go see what was going on. But here it is. The majority of the men went on the other side and they were not with him. And they said, we are not able to go up against those people. We are not able to go up against those people because they are bigger than us. They are stronger than us. And they have more than we have of them than it is of us. So they was looking at the problem, but they forgot about the promise. See, the promise outweighs the problem each and every time. Do you know your word? You better get off in there and start researching that word. Everything we're going through right now has already been done. But you have to take and you have to go and search off in there. And when you start searching off in there, you're going to say, man, here we are. Bigger than we are and stronger than you are. But we can do this. Somebody need to holler out, we can do this. Yes, we can. God showed me it's going to be greater in 2021. And they brought back an evil report in the land. As we look at the United States, as we look at the countries, as we look at what the pandemic have done over the world, it's an evil report. It's a demonic devil that have come out from all sectors of the universe, all the foxholes, all the caves, all the resurrection of the enemy. But God is still in charge and in control. They brought back an evil report. It looked like we got an evil report going on with this coronavirus. It's getting out of control. But God have a way. He let the scientists, I believe in the meds. I didn't have to take meds for a long time, but he let the scientists come up with the formula, with the remedy that can take and start subsiding this virus that we're going through. But God, they searched the children. It says that the report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land, though which we have gone to search, it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. And all the people that they saw are men of great statues. They are huge. They are big. They are just gigantic. It looked like we got a gigantic enemy in front of us now, that it looked like the walls will continue to close in on us. The devil is a lie. We rebuke it and send it back. Do I have any Calebs out there? Do I have just all I need is 2 or 3 to touch and agree on this? And when we have 2 or 3 touching and agreeing on this, is it anything too hard for God? He started it and he's going to finish it. I don't believe he brought us this far to leave us now, even though they were great in stature. And they saw the giants with their very own eyes. They saw. Yeah, we're seeing it with our very own eyes now. We're seeing it. We're seeing it. A lot of folks don't believe it, but we're seeing it right before our very eyes. Death is real. The count is real. Now, they say everybody's not passing from the corona. It might not be, but they're gone. Something's going in the ground. They're gone, whether it be the virus or whatever that it is. It's been a record-breaking year for people going home to be with the Lord. But here it is. Death does not have the final say. Who has the final say? Jehovah has the final say. It is something better than this. It's got to be something better than this. I think we let our hair down. I think it kind of got lackadaisical. I think we figured that we could do what we want, when we want, and we didn't have to worship God like we used to back in the day. Now we got this quick fix. We want to do 1 hour. 1 hour of service now, and then that's it. We gone. We tarried all night long, all day long on Sunday, and then it will go over to Monday. God, where are you? He says, I'm still here. But that's how we did back in the day. Some people say, why you keep saying back in the day? If it had been for the teaching and the things that we had back in the day, I wouldn't be here today. God is awesome. They saw the giants. We're seeing the giants right now before our very face. As we live, move, and have our being, we see the giants here. They were in sight. And then they said, we look like, here it is. They were so big. They were so huge. They had so many muscles on them. The other side, now Caleb didn't see what the other guys seen. The other guys say, we look like grasshoppers to them. That's just how gigantic they are. We look like small fries. We look like that we wasn't even there compared to the masculinity that they had, compared to the strength and the muscles that they had. We look like ants, grasshoppers. That's what the words say in their sight. They were scared. I don't blame them for being scared. I'd be scared too if I seen something like that. I'm going to push the pause button. I told you I wasn't going to be long tonight. I'm going to push the pause button. But this is what's going to happen. Sunday, I'm going to turn the next chapter. See, this is the 13th chapter. I'm going to turn the next chapter Sunday at 12 o'clock. And it's not over yet. Somebody say it's not over yet. 2021 is closer than we think that it is. It's right around the corner. Hey, yes, it is right around the corner. And when I was coming back from a trip a few years ago, and when we got ready to line at Midway Airport, I see the plane had took off. And it didn't take off. I mean, the plane had turned around and it went back out toward the lake again. So I asked the steward, I said, hey, we was just at the airport. Why did we turn around and go back over toward the lake again? She explained to me, she said, we did not have the clearance to land the jet. And I said, well, what's going on? She said, we're just banking around. We're just banking around for a few minutes. I said, banking around? What does banking around mean? And then it finally landed. So I'm here tonight to tell you that it be encouraged. We're going to encourage ourselves. And I want to encourage you all that we're just banking around just a little bit banking around. But I promise you, this 747 or 757 is going to land. Matter of fact, God is bigger than that. Hey, 2021 is in sight. It's right around the corner. And we're going to land safely. Just don't quit. Just don't quit. Hold on just a little while longer. Possessing the promise under pressure. Possess the promise under pressure. Because if you know the mechanics of gold, you know when they dig it out of the earth, it's got to go through a process. When they get the dirt off of it, and then they still got to go through another process on it because it still got some on there. They take and they put it off in this called a smelting pot, and they turn the fire up as far as it can go, and they put it down into the smelting pot. And after it gets finished burning off all the impurities, here comes the gold. It rises up to the top. And the man takes the skimmer and he takes it off the top. So God showed me that he's skimming some stuff off the top of us that's melted at the bottom. And he's taking this and he's going to make us brand new again. When he get finished with us, we're going to come forth as gold. May the Lord bless you real good. May heaven smile on you. May he give us traveling grace and mercy over these dangerous highways and byways. And I plead the blood over your life. I plead the blood. God told Moses to take the blood of the lamb and put it over the door lintels because Pharaoh had spoke death off into the land. Be careful on what you speak and comes out of your mouth. It is for real, for real. Pharaoh spoke death, and it's not over, but it visited his house too. But God told Moses, who got your ears on? God told Moses, he said, take the blood of the lamb and I want you to put it over the door lintel. So I plead the blood over your house. I plead the blood over your marriages. I plead the blood over all of this sickness that's going on. I plead the blood. And he said, where I see the blood, I'll pass over. So hold on. It was his grace and mercy that brought us through. And we live in this moment just because of you. I want to thank you and praise you too. Your grace and mercy brought us through. And he's not through with us yet. Please stay safe. Stay in his care. Stay in his arms. And look to the hills from what's coming down here because I believe our help is going to come from the Lord. Peace out. See you this coming Sunday, 12 p.m. sharp. Be blessed.